So I'm intrigued to see if that might come back to bite them.
DeadInk lets the flash bloom, looking to sneak up, but Vitality very quickly get out and re-clear that mid control. The attack side off to a decent start, but it's trades. There's Fireflux. A little bit of A main aggression, an orb picked up, and they'll back off to group up. The problem being that the attackers always end up with a bit of favor. When it comes to the herd being thinned out on either side, the map, just as big as it always was, but not as many players to cover those angles. But this passive stance, it's allowed them to be ready for this 8 pounds, not lose any players to the push out, but Batu got a little ahead of the pack, and he's been put down.
Given Chronicle an opportunity, Jamppi's done the same, and now reazy left to try and clutch this pistol out. I think we saw in the last game a strong start was important for Eintracht Frankfurt, and when it didn't go their way in the next couple of maps, that was a problem. Has reazy got anything to turn this tide? He might get the first one. That's the player in the corner, but then
even around that mid control from Vitality, not giving them an inch. Swinging out with 3, and then the patience from Chronicle waiting for that player to come out.
25 seconds now. They need to get a move on.
Yeah, no option to go back anymore. Breaking through with the operator as well. Stun sent out by DeadInk. He's caught them. Blitzing through on the other side. He might fall eventually, but with 12 seconds left, they need those picks to come in quick. hezacoil just wants to delay, buy some time, and he's done that. The pressure on, the plant needed, and there's no one to put it down. Vitality. The clock is what decides it. Chronicle won't get a chance at this clutch, and he won't get out. Takes his space.
Okay, they know he's there, but he's just created doubt. He's now on the site. He TP'd all the way back, created that little bit of doubt, and then maneuvered them into that B-side push, forced them into a battle. Jamppi up front is already gone. It's Kachoww taking over. The defensive side, holding that line. 30 seconds left for the remaining 2. To try and find anything from this scenario. Bear in mind, Chronicle still hasn't got a gun, and as he reaches for it, he's also met by Kachoww. But Sayonara left. 17 seconds. An ace. Okay, the first is going to come through with a little bit of ease, but look how low he is, and look at the flank. There should be no chance in this round.
He's read it. He's read it, and just enough time to plant. It might draw the peak, but now time. He has to hit the shot, and Batu will win by hiding in the corner. A nice try for Vitality. It's started well. The last round was medium, and well, this is a very low buy.
Well, they're also leaning into Derke again. Like okay.
What?
I guess we'll put a pause on that point, but yeah, a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, it was the second round they obviously bought in with an operator, giving it to Derke. Then they've given him the rifle that they saved in this round. They want this man to take over as the superstar on the jet, but well, he's got a goose egg right now. 0 and 3. And low HP in this fight. You'd expect it to go the other way, and it's Jamppi once again. It's the picked up rifle that's doing the work.
30 seconds left.
And even going to try and slow them that little further, but he's got it the wrong way round. Expected more players to be coming in from the flank. Instead, they were all pushing from A main.
How is this one of the better rounds for Vitality? This has looked beautiful, and indeed Fireflux having that slight misread. They thought there was way more presence on mid. That leads to DeadInk falling. A recovered rifle for Batu. 2 shots, make that 0. Time starts to tick away, and they know exactly where he is. reazy, position found and dealt with by Chronicle. Seconds later, Batu has to run for the hills. Oh, he actually wants to make it costly, and he's so close to dropping them all. Chronicle's down to 20. At this point, they might just want to save in the other direction.
They were like, you know what, actually, I don't want to fight into that anymore. PROFEK's managed to find himself a judge. Definitely not the gun he was looking for. And I think Batu might even close this one out with an additional kill. Yeah, fantastic round from him individually.
Fireflux left in a bit of an uncomfortable position now. The rifle, the op, sure, but they can't buy up a lot around it. Vitality have already seized space, but this time they've left Chronicle in a nasty position that Batu has expected. Then he's fired a dart into the abyss and lost his life to PROFEK. Flank secured again for Vitality. And, well, Jamppi was spotted. Kachoww watched him walk into that abyss. What was that shot? Lightning fast from Kachoww, but nothing else going the way of Fireflux. reazy.
Glad we cut the clip early. He actually did the whole song with dance moves.
Yeah, that was the whole round. That's how easy it's looking for Vitality.
Is already up forward. Like, this is the thing. He's just taking so much space and being a nuisance that they have to sort of split the direction they're looking. The drone is coming up, and it's maybe a moment too late. But Chronicle under pressure now. His teammate gone, and Batu will pounce. But even still, Jamppi is still being that nuisance. But DeadInk swings in and clears the nuisance from Spot. The exterminator, making sure they don't get any further. And for PROFEK, I'd be impressed.
That's a really nice round. I think the idea of just accepting that you've lost that space towards the site, like, Jamppi can get out for free, right? So if you focus your round now on adjusting...
Thorns to try and create some more awkward space. reazy has shot the clone.
Baited in.
And now their weaponry will be taken. Forced into a full retake. Although the spike is at least a little bit further behind, so they're not going to have all the time in the world before those guns are back up. And in fact, the defense maybe looking to move immediately, running straight in and clearing two on the cross into the site. The fight for Derke works out, stays alive, and even more stunned, flicks back up to Batu, seeming like he's
Derke
back in position,
Derke,
but slowly falling off the map. He's trying to catch them as they go for the diffusal, but he is falling fast, further and further away, and that Viper's Pit might be causing him an issue or two. He can see them, but he can't deal with them. It's basically on to Sayonara at this point to save the round. Spam's not quite connected, but he might clear it out anyway.
Just drifting. 7-3.
Wave after wave.
Fireflux probably confused as to how they've lost that one, and wave after wave moving towards the A site, crashing against the defense, but not finding Batu. He's weathered the storm, and now he sits behind a problem that they'll have to deal with. A diversion needed. Hunter's Fury not finding a whole lot. The Vitality bitten by a snake in the grass that they thought they'd cleared.
Oh, they're going to regret not clearing him, and they're going to regret the noise he makes after the round ends. PROFEK desperately trying to kill the snake that's been in the grass the entirety of the round.
Kachoww just one away, playing super aggressive. He's taking a lot of space. The timing will be everything, and the adjustment wherever they need him to be.
Yeah, I like the idea. They were basically trying to set up a convergence path trap if there was anybody on that side of the map, but when there wasn't, Kachoww just kept going. Derke down to 12 HP, and 7-5 looking more and more likely by the second. Drew even goes the Hunter's Fury looking for something, and it seems like Chronicle's just getting caught in every single round. reazy patiently waiting, and will even correct onto Derke afterwards. A Jamppi 1v5. A generational clutch needed. I think we might be ending this half 7-5.
Now they know right where he is. A clean flash, but it won't get Kachoww the kill.
Oh, no, the
body
reload! No!
By
PROFEK, and no utility being used up until this point. They all strike at once, but that space has already been lost. PROFEK at least manages to keep things even, and actually, Derke's got walkabouts. It manages to get out of there while PROFEK finds another. An advantage game, but the spike has been stolen back at least. And one for DeadInk, he maybe just needs to try and lead this one, try and escape, because he's under serious pressure. And for Batu now, a fantastic first half, but again, they're going to need him.
Jerry on top, the flank coming through from Chronicle. In the bracket, no, it's about survival. They're playing aggressive, not letting that shake their confidence. Derke with a double, but the trade's back. Well, they weren't too bad until reazy fell with Batu on half. Well, he's only got 2 to take down, but I don't think he's quite ready for Jamppi to be here. That said, the missed shot's given him an early warning system, an idea of what's going on. And if he slipped the net here, if he gets a little bit closer, this could get out of hand. He's let the first walk by, searching for the second. Bounce found for Just a 3-round gap, another buy, but it's the same on the other side. The good thing is they've taken the space that was left open for them. That's because I think Vitality are feeling pretty confident at
they have
flooding back in with PROFEK's ulti.
Yeah, they've got the Reckoning available. It allows them to clear space at pace.
They check hezacoil.
Immediately going to be utilized and catches out Kachoww, but he just tanks it, plays ahead, and already that advantage now garnered up. by this attack inside. Spams have done a little bit of additional damage, but now they can fall back into the post plant. Sayonara has cleared DeadInk with ease though, and now the Hunter's Fury going through hasn't quite caught anybody. In fact, still looking to try and hit at least a player, but has now walked off the map! A massive mistake after the last. Gets away with it. PROFEK caught in no man's land, but gets away with it for a second, and instead he'll be taken out by hezacoil. A great start to the round for this side, and they're waiting for Derke, and it took the second player to pick him off.
Aggression on the other side also being caught by DeadInk. He was holding for the whole round, waiting. Flash to make that fight a little bit easier. The first man through doesn't trigger the wall, but he's caught in the thorns. He'll keep the space. Now Batu's in there with him. Both isolated, but Kron doesn't have backup. Now he goes in with the Hunter's Fury, but he's been caught DeadInk under pressure. Nice connection. There's the follow-up from Sayonara. Chronicle, the scout, ahead of the troops, and he's called in the artillery. 15 seconds left. The plant needed, and it's Kron to get close.
10 seconds left.
The plane manic in their face and run into the up. That's not ready. Reazy caught off guard, and Kron is on them like a dog. It could not have been worse. At the same time for Kron, the time in the swing into that was insane.
Yeah.
Any other time, he's dead. He's dead or he doesn't get the kill. But oh my goodness, Fireflux have just been robbed. At the very finish line, pressure put onto Jamppi. Great work from Kachoww, using the ult to wrap through, and he spotted a lot of the players up in heaven. With a man advantage now, the real danger is Derke again on that flank.
Something they have to actively keep an eye on. Cosmic Divide, not going to play too much of a part, but they've all fed through. At this point, might just be the save being called. I think especially now with Sayonara down to 10 HP, there's not really
it should be accepted at this level of play.
Well, remove the kill, roll back.
Yeah, we're going to roll
under serious pressure, and in fact, he's been spotted around the edge of the angle and almost managed to correct in time. Even still, though, it's Kachoww again. The youngster once more taking over the round, who said that his space taken in the last seemed to win it for them. Well, he might have just got them another.
It's doubling up, tripling that down.
Okay.
A quad to follow. One away from the ace, and Jamppi's just around the corner, toying with the idea of giving him the opportunity. But Jamppi's walking away. An ace will have to wait, at least for a little while. Now we look to reazy, the quickscope champion. Will he decide to give it away? No, he's...
The dimensional drift, the Hunter's Fury. Derke under serious pressure, gets back into a safe corner at least. Even still gonna get tagged up, but he lands the shot. PROFEK goes down in return, and reazy, he's looking for that timing. It's checked by Chronicle, but doesn't manage to find the kill. They have to clear him, and Sayonara is there once again. Even still, the post plant in, and now Jamppi has been dealt with. It's a low HP.
What seemed like a map that was already in their pocket, well, now it looks like it might. They've already got the longest streak so far. 5 rounds in a row. Need to turn it to 6 for overtime. And Derke, the man who has been quiet, who was avoided in the previous round, they evaded that operator, but this time it strikes the first blow. Blood spilled on the B site, but Derke wanted more. DeadInk down, a huge advantage for Vitality. Derke
doesn't
in danger,
know.
though. Kachoww has been the one to pull them back from the brink many times so far, and he's on his way. Surely not the knife. He's looking for a second. Left. He's waiting to capitalize on this position. One more, but he's got the spike. Every second here is a risk. Every step forward, a potential mistake. He wants the off before the plant. 3 versus 4. They're still behind.
His ult is the closest, but even still, feels a long way away. The ultimate's available for Vitality. The man advantage as well. They were waiting for that flank. Instead, it comes from the front. The hezacoil doesn't get anything from it. reazy up top wasn't caught by the ultimate, though. Or he kind of steps back into it. Bit more of a problem. He's stuck on the site. Won't have a weapon, but Kachoww will. Holding that line. PROFEK clears him, and no gun remaining for reazy. It wasn't almost, nearly, but not quite there. Fireflux in play. Bear in mind they won both pistols on the last map and just about scraped it through. I think they'd like to start this one off with another pistol.
There's a good chance you're right there, Tom. I thought that shock dart had landed, but no damage done. And Chronicle, well, he's playing a very patient game. He's heard players move out on mid. He knows they're on his way, on their way, but it's all about the timing. 3 have just walked up, and he's heard them round the corner. This moment to start pushing up should be very, very soon. In fact, Fireflux are already at the gates. Of course, the hot hand slows them. It buys time for Chronicle to play this slightly slower. The delay is all that's needed, and Vitality are winning the fights. It's slowing the push. The aggression of Fireflux finally sees what was coming. Chronicle stabbing them in the back, not just for 1, but for 2. And Batu needs an ace for Fireflux to have a chance, and even then, I don't think it's enough.
Not even close. Sheer patience, even looking at the map of Chronicle going, okay, he's going to strike now, he's going to strike now, but it is just knowing the round is what is important. Getting there with enough time to make sure that they have to turn and clear him. They have to burn that clock further. And yeah, Sheriff, from all the extra credits that he earned up. Kachoww did steal that one, but that wasn't part of the 2, so that's fine. Jamppi gone.
They're still to come.
But that was only the pistol. The 3 rifles are still standing. He's going to dive underneath! Well, it's the long route back around. It's a lot of damage done onto Sayonara. The rest of the team are running through. Derke is now trapped underneath. Sure, they still have the 2 guns, but they're winning every single fight. It leaves just Derke remaining, but they don't need to fight him. The spike is on the ground. They're now going to see it in the open. Batu is watching for him to try and make that move out. Derke has managed to clear him. But everybody else should be so much tougher. Kachoww goes as well. He's stuck in a corner. He has a mouse in a mousetrap, but somehow fighting out of there and eventually...
And somehow they've won it with relative ease. The fact that the pistols float out of heaven and take advantage, sure, but for Vitality...
Smoking city. Lane and left side city.
Market. Out city, stairs. I'm only market, guys. They cannot flat.
Out city. 2 city, 2 city.
I'm got my boys.
1 market.
My die, boys.
I know it.
I'm slow. I'm dead, bro.
Plenty, boys.
It's definitely the piece to watch, and it seems like instead they're going to go for the pace change into A.
Oh, Derke with the Blade Storm stays alive at least through the first bit of aggression, and well, he'll still be alive when all the bodies have hit the deck. Fireflux losing more players than I think they'd be happy with in the initial push, but they'll play the retake together. Nobody's stepping out of line, and a good job too. Derke, though, he's baited them in the plant to get the drone out of them, to get their eyes on the A site. Now he's wrapping around. PROFEK hasn't gotten as far as he needed to, though. The read's already there. Kachow's already holding it.
Spike planted.
Play those numbers, play the advantages. Derke's going to dodge. The util needs instant shots, and it's the ruse solved, but he manages the second anyway. Comes down to the 1 versus 1, spots the last, 1 knife left. Still has a rifle to play with, only 4 bullets within it. Him versus DeadInk! Time for a Red Bull clutch, puts them in with weaponry in hand. An extra round they never should have had. TP already coming through. DeadInk's got to be careful here. He's going to try and look back towards PROFEK and know that that ground is lost. Now, Kachoww has a Blade Storm of his own. Paranoia being set up. Now, the defense are here very early. While that plant is going through, they're going to try and put the pressure on, but PROFEK has denied. The reveal is sublime, but there's no way out this time for DeadInk, and the Blades run out alone, not in combination with anything else, just to try and clear some spots a little bit more aggressively.
What?
And well, it's, yeah, kind of a disgusting kill for Jamppi to get. He's killed Kachoww while jumping.
While jumping through a smoke. That's ridiculous. Well, Kachow's been robbed of his life, and they've taken reazy as well.
30 seconds
For
left.
Fireflux, well, Batu's going to fade back to the site, get behind those trips, and he gets there just in time. Dash from DeadInk to get that ult into position. Hezacoil strikes on a PROFEK, secures the flank, but gets dropped by Derke, and DeadInk, he won't get a shot off.
15
Not
seconds.
one that matters. 12 seconds now. They need the plant soon. And Batu's the last man standing. He can run this clock down. The spam so close, but if you
He let
go,
go.
they stopped! Oh my God,
Once again, what have they got to offer on this one? Well, DeadInk started off well, and there's a bait. Trying to put Kachoww into position, and it is working. He's just waiting patiently, but a nice trade from PROFEK, who's actually going to get out.
Hunter's Fury if he's bypassed. But he'll... that timing! The second that he dropped off. The swing comes through. hezacoil, I mean, even though his position is unknown, they're going to clear the entire site thanks to Chronicle's ultimate. He can't fight back out of there.
They thorned him off as well.
Then they're going to be wary of that position.
Yeah, no, they fully expect somebody to be there. They've thrown thorns into that spot just to make sure that he can't cause them issues while they're planting. Vitality are well aware, and Chronicle
Paranoia.
picking up Batu. Now the paranoia comes through, but it doesn't matter. Sayonara landing the shot, and he's even going to go for the kill. They've got a whole lot to try and turn around from this point. A good start at least. And actually, Batu's just going to get a freebie. He's managed to hold that backline. Again, he had his ace in the pistol, but has been a bit quiet since then. And actually, he's gone down. Kachoww will still keep the advantage with them for the moment, but I'd still be nervous with Derke looking better, and Sayonara, one of the standouts in the last map, the reason they won it, and still keeping that level going in this one. Even still, the HP of Derke makes it incredibly awkward, and you look to that young star once again.
Sayonara really has to be the one to do the work here. The reveal gives him away. Fireflux have all the information. The spam's good, and they'll take two! It's hezacoil alone! He'll at least get the first quickly. The shock dart tagging him down low, and Sayonara's patience about to be tested. Stuck to half already. hezacoil's taking it all the way, and Sayonara doesn't believe!
Well, the first step on that test is going to be making their way towards Chronicle. Already bypassing it for the most part, but he's still going to get the opener. They need to clear him out, and will do so. Derke gone at the same time. Maybe their first pistol could be on the cards.
Oh, anti-flash from Kachoww, but he still catches the bullet straight between the eyes. But the trade from reazy keeps that advantage firmly in the hands of Fireflux. A shock dart for Sayonara sent towards the logs would claim hezacoil, but it's a game of battleships that they haven't started to play just yet. But now hezacoil in the open, right click good for one, and Sayonara traded.
It can crumble with a weaker buy. It's going to be tough for Fireflux, but let's have a listen in to how this round goes.
Bolu ver.
Tamam B'ye fake atın.
Beko, short'a smoke at. Beko, short'a smoke at.
Kanka B'ye öne
Markete
attım. Duvar al.
bekliyor.
Şey al.
Yürü mü de yürü.
2 mid.
Mid var.
Spike down mid.
Yok abi, sorun yok.
Ya duran işte.
Arayacağım orada. Geliyor.
Sova Vice B'den.
Geliyor.
Biri salmışlar. Kanka mid'e yürüyeceğim.
Antiyim.
Lane'de cross. Çık vur bir tane
Geçelim
orası
bu arada.
çocuğuna. Aşağıdan cross.
gör.
Lane'de aşağıdan cross. Evet, gördüm.
Bu çift yürüyor ya gel.
City'ye smoke at Beko, yürüsünler.
Mid, so it will take some time.
Okay, wait, I will spam on your contact run.
Okay. I have flash.
Do you have flash?
Yes.
I can reveal lane for you.
Wait, Omen team
Go.
mid somewhere.
3, 2, 1. Close to us. Coming out. They're going stairs on Kron.
Spot. One lane, one lane.
No, we didn't
They're out.
TP.
They're out on Kron.
30 seconds left.
Guys, they're out of me, boys.
And one lane. One lane and
70
two
jet.
side. One lane and two side.
Guys, I will go market and I will paranoia full lane for you.
Guys, I'm
I'll go
gonna dash
flank.
bot first.
Spike planted.
Wait, Derke, I paranoia
Go
lane
stairs,
now.
one.
Boom.
I'm
Go
coming
stairs.
from main. Yeah, guys, just wait. I'm
Careful,
for you
pick your
to
stairs.
Bana smoke geldi. Gel pikleyelim sola pikle.
Kal
Soldan
kal bende.
City biri. Lane
Smoke
çıkıyor.
geldi. Smoke attım sağa.
Sağ pikledim sol pikledim.
Çıkıyor.
Last player standing.
Tek vurdum Sova'ya.
Hadi kanka.
Sen sağda mı kuruyorsun lan? Tamam.
He might have just seen Derke, but maybe not going this far forward. They might expect him in middle, but do they expect him this far up? Already, the drone going through needs to be broken, but Derke already caught one. I think Jamppi might just make the decision to try and duck out of there, but there's a gap for Kachoww, and that is enough for him to find the shot. At the same time, PROFEK has gone down over on the A site. And with the last round being relatively clean, I think there's no choice for Vitality but to just save the guns.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to run. Seeing them tucked in on that site with Kron still alive, yeah, a game of patience. We'll see who wins out on that front.
Well, it's not hezacoil.
We see seconds later, it's Derke.
He was setting up a smoke. The main push is coming in on the other side of the map. Jamppi's already been spotted trying to dance around the side of the smoke. A lot of damage already being done, but now he needs to look at survival. Holding on to that back line, and he's done well. He's done damage. Left a couple of the players low, but even still, reazy one off all, and he's going to instant headshot PROFEK. He's ahead of the curve. Forces Chronicle into a clutch situation. He might be able to bypass and get an individual fight while that drone is going through, and he can't quite correct.
Jamppi challenged by DeadInk right off rip. Such an important round. But Fireflux don't throw the aggression away. No, they're keeping it. It's a mainstay. Right off rip, they're into the A site. They've taken a double kill. For the plant for Fireflux, this is the round where they fight for the lead. And DeadInk will have convergence path to seal the deal. Honestly, once this ult comes online, unless Vitality find a way in real quick, the word save might start to fly.
Oh, Derke was the first point of contact, but immediately I think this could be the moment. It's a slow motion spam from Chronicle. Even an Odin there wouldn't have done anything, and yeah, they're going to have to exit this. Going into round number 20. I think a little bit more. A much slower pace round coming out from Fireflux, showing that additional level, but that's going to be the spike dropped in B main. That definitely makes things at least a little bit more telegraphed of where the player's going, especially with their control, and Derke's operator is seeming like the difference maker. Already finding himself a couple, but gets tagged desperately low. The reveal makes it awkward, but the TP across gives extra support, allows him to continue that aggression, but they're pushing Sayonara. They're challenging the man in the corner. Derke goes again. They said it was an individual.
This would be a chance to shoot up in the rankings a little bit, to go for the #1 accolade we've given him. Perhaps we were just seeing into the future. Derke has been the difference maker. He got aggressive at every given opportunity. And now he's got his buddies by his back. Get the read. A main aggression. It means short should be much easier to take, but they've lost hezacoil. No smokes and a paranoia splits the group in two. But Batu is quick on the trigger, and he's given them a chance.
It's decent positioning from Jamppi.
30 seconds left.
He's fighting back in with that ult. He's trying to delay. Teammates coming in from behind! And I'll be honest, I didn't even know he could wallbang all the way through that. Definitely tracking him from there is insanity. Derke has turned on the hacks for these last few rounds and looks to carry it forward, leaving reazy alone. He doesn't even have a gun to play with. They'll soon figure out exactly where he is, and even just shutting the door in his face. There is nothing he can do from this point, and I think he already knows it. Immediately, I thought just going to save, maybe trying to find something at the last second, but it isn't.
Through. But Derke, because of the cage, he can't spot early. Jamppi is dropped, and Derke caught by the sheer pace of the push. Fireflux, 2-man advantage. At 11-10, they are on their last legs.
Spike planted.
They cannot allow Vitality back into this round.
Well, there's also a question of Vitality sending it into this round. Their drone's gone, a lot of their util's gone. The paranoia will give them some space. They know Kachoww's there, but even still, they can't kill him. It just seems unkillable in this round. We spoke about the step up of Derke. What about the step up?
This in the tier 2, man, but when you go from the dirt track to the piston cup, you should see it drop off. There should be more of a challenge, but it still looks so easy for Kachoww in these moments.
Derke's not staying. This time Hunter's Fury's available to try and slow them down, but even still Jamppi's gone. They managed to get out of there with at least one less casualty this time.
It's a start for Vitality now. They're the ones facing the line in the sand. They're the ones with credits running dry. The scars from this round will follow them into the next if they lose it. A 4v4, Kachoww, half HP, but a blast at the Hunter's Fury, not enough to remove him. The Blade Storm, after what we saw in the last round, a terrifying prospect. Vitality need to deal with this young gun. They need to take Kachoww down! And they've done it! But is it too little, too late? A young gun of their own relied on. Sayonara, 3 already. But one more needed. The bait won't pull him off the spike just yet, but
the 18 that are making statements. They need more than a statement. They need to close this here and now. They need to keep this going, and Derke is trying to remind them exactly who he is. The tag's not quite being connected, but Derke is now dead to rights, and Batu's caught one more.
Seen Sayonara pushing him, but he stood when Sayonara thought he would flee. Jamppi now with it all to do. 4 to catch, his position known, and a 3rd map seemingly already locked in on the horizon for now, and it's Jamppi that has to steer us back to an overtime. Against the numbers, against the clock, and with no
to take them to Shanghai. But first they need to make it to Barcelona. That's still a map and a game away. Either way, in aggressively, and this was the map we saw this all the time. The shorty dives from DeadInk that leaves PROFEK out of the round. The Molotov is going to make things very awkward for reazy. They should have a decent idea, but he's found a hidey hole that's at least made it interesting, but he's cleared. And Sayonara's found another. In fact, everything has started to go the way of Vitality to BBL. And Fireflux. This is arguably their best map, and while Kachoww might be showing you why, this time it's Jamppi to get executed immediately. They've actually full forced into this as well.
If Force Bot flooded in, found the site for Vitality, that could still just be one player who's got something to play with. They try to overwhelm them, and the dive out's actually decent. Brought it back to a 3v3. Kachoww, rifle in hand, but not for long. Chronicles put him in the ground, and Batu struggling to connect. No cover. Then that star gives him a way out, a way to reset, but it doesn't matter. Lurk that will have to deal with him. This is a fake, I think. Oh, might not be anymore. PROFEK and Jamppi down. The B site stairs. Sayonara stunned, will be dealt with after one. And the operator of Derke now has a pretty tough decision in front of it.
And then a round ago, we saw Kachoww slide in and wreck someone. 2 rounds, we've seen DeadInk do exactly the same. And okay, I thought it would just be a straight up save, but
the coin wasn't kind to the defensive side. Very aggressive. Kachoww is already in. The flag just got waved and he's at the finish line. The plan coming in on A. We're seconds into the round. And the first bit of damage is being done as the spike hits the deck.
Also using ult, but Derke in the corner with the judge. Maybe not the player that you wanted to be pressuring. Even still, they've traded evenly. And they've got so much space for it. Holding on to that deep ramp control is going to make things incredibly difficult. Anti-flash being held, but the pre-fire from Jamppi is fantastic. There's still another player they have to deal with, though. They need to kill him, otherwise he'll get Jamppi anyway. Even still, the player on the site dead. Hezacoil is fighting with his shadow, and he needs to get back around to deny them, and he has. He's bought additional time. That clock is already ticking. He just needs to... technical issues. That happens. Jamppi in the smoke. PROFEK in the smoke. See, I'm good at seeing outlines. I know who they are. It does help that their names are currently balanced below their feet. But they are waiting patiently. Nice shot from PROFEK. Needs a bit more. And I don't even know which way DeadInk was going at that point. That confused even me. No ankles being broken this time for Kachoww. And even a little bit of BM. That leaves Sayonara in an impossible clutch. He wants to try and get the planter, and he will do the best of it. And while Derke, you can see an immediate stun. He's like, I don't want anyone killing me within the first 10 seconds of the round.
Well, Jamppi, and it will be another free plan for this squad in a 5v4. They've been doing an excellent job of getting onto the sites and getting into these post plans. Vitality just can't seem to catch him.
That makes it tough. They've got ults to play with, but maybe not the ones they would desire. Overdrive might be able to help them close the gap, but You could see some of the more aggressive positions being held. Reazy is just waiting for contact, and in fact, he's not just waiting for it, he's going for it. He's feeling confident. Look at it, battle and brawl, and even still, he's just slowing them down. That was his only job. Delay them more and more on that time. I think it is getting to the point, yeah, they've just got to save this. He has done enough, but Kachoww keeps going. The credits already in a decent position on that attack side. They don't need to worry about rebuys for the next round. And wow, that's for listening.
İçinde.
Giriyorlar.
Yok bastım. Biliyorlar kanka gitme.
Main'e döndü.
Yürüyelim be.
Gel yürüyelim. Çıkalım. Heaven'a smoke var mı Kaan abi? At flash pick atacağım. Sol yakın olur. Go. 3, 2, 1 go.
Slow attım.
Atıyorum.
Heaven.
Backside.
2, 3.
Batu ayıklar Vitality bu arada.
Evet. Şu an şey yapmaya başladılar. B'de B alan backside'da kaçtılar. B'ye full kontak yürüyelim, vuralım. Bir anda patlayalım, tamam mı? Şuraya util harcamayın. Adamlar burada karşılamaya başladı bize.
Ben buraya stun atayım. Böyle sen buraya slow at.
Ben Odin alacağım.
Fake attığımızda da adamlar atmıyor bu arada. İkinci şeyde atıyor.
Well, they're trying to hunt down Reazy, but he is very, very far away at this point.
The Seekers are going to give the game away.
Yeah, I think that look at the rotation. They're running to try and give PROFEK some support. He's been left alone, but he's done well. Even still, Kachoww from behind has managed to give them an advantage. And in fact, Batu sprays them down. Even still, Chronicle has been good so far. He even, what? He's vulnerable, just runs through the snakebite and just catches. Chronicle not aware. This leaves Sayonara. Credits are available.
Spike planted.
Couple of low HP players, he knows where one of them is, but the rest are still an open book. That one's free, it's just the timing from hezacoil.
Already.
Well, PROFEK, he has had a nightmare, and it's not getting any better. He's hoping to wake up, but it's this same B activation once again. Fireflux are fully in flow state. They're saying, you know what, we're going to double down, triple down, quadruple down, keep hitting you on B. Even when he won a round, they went back to fight him once again. Now, DeadInk is known, but he's got counter spams from teammates. And the damage is mostly going in onto the Vitality players. Batu waiting on the other side. They know it's clear, but it doesn't matter at this point. DeadInk seems to have already closed the round, but he is with ult in hand to make sure of it. Respect given to Chronicle. They don't want this man to have any chance to fight back this round. And with the time now gone, there is no more opportunities.
Even getting out.
Just stick everyone there. And instead they're going to go towards him anyway. He's managed to survive in the Viper's pit, and that hasn't connected, but even still he wins it. It doesn't matter. DeadInk just with the shorty is better than any other shotgun. Even still, though, this has got way better than any other round.
A few shots, that's all he needs, and it's straight onto hezacoil. Spike slips through to the A site. DeadInk just tanks the reveal. He knew the plant had to be now or never, but he's been spotted, found, and built the momentum. Let's see if they can carry it into half number 2. As already barriers are up and Vitality are away into the A site. hezacoil, tries to stand his ground, but Derke wins that fight with ease. A lick of damage taken, but that's the most Fireflux have to report back. This flash being held as soon as that smoke fades. They're going aggressive. Jamppi's in for one. He's caught up close, stuck for the time being as DeadInk drops in from the top rope. He's taken a double, and the round alone ever. And we almost got it there from Batu. I really appreciate that attempt. He might hit it out of the round, and that paranoia solves so many problems. It did win Fireflux the pistol.
There.
Vitality face off without it.
Still feels dangerous even with the weaker weapons. But every round feels dangerous versus Fireflux in this sort of form. Sayonara down to just 11 HP, and Kachoww has just been waiting. He's even found himself a judge, and he's going to drop not one, but 2. Just 17 years of age, but it's now left to just Derke. It's up to Vitality to prove otherwise, and early aggression, a more direct play coming.
Kachoww in the corner, he'll try. Derke tried to take him down, but Kachoww is clean, and he's got so much backup. But this B main play, it can't be more than posturing, surely. They're in the smoke. No, they're going for this. All eggs in one basket, and if they fail and falter,
speed.
Those will come crashing down. Reazy, 3 kills, holding the line all by his lonesome. And if he needed backup, it was there. In fact, it's in front of him. It's running it down. Kachoww! This could have been a 2-0 for Vitality. Derke holding on for dear life. He's dropped DeadInk. It's a good start and a good trade. Jamppi's back into the round a little bit later, and they move to the vents where Kachoww stands alone. Will he be enough? Not this time. Just the one found, and the fast rotation. It gave Jamppi a chance. He won't connect, but still. They make it to this site before Fireflux do. Batu's trying to fight out. They don't even expect him to be that far even after the siege, but PROFEK clears it. An essential win for Vitality, and it's not just done. They don't limp through this round.
I think every time we've cut to the cameras, that has not been the case. It's been dead silent. It's been frustration.
Fireflux face Batu with the Odin spamming down. This is one way to stand on business. Even, I mean, at the end there, he's on 21 HP, and he goes, I can fire another 20 or 30 in.
I got 4 teammates.
Exactly.
Toxins going up.
Confidence like that, they're showing that seeing a few rounds for Vitality means nothing to this defensive side. The cross from Chronicle, he tries to reposition, but DeadInk read the play to a T.
Gotta go.
5 left to deal with, and it's Kachoww! Sliding in for grasp. A big comeback from Fireflux, and it was the same in the first half. The super team a round away from being taken down, from being slain by a Fireflux that no doubt at this stage were underestimated. We expected.
They've walked past each other.
Delivery from them. Reazy's up behind the entire team now. They've let him slip, but Jamppi caught him.
Time, 20 seconds again. So many of these rounds have been incredibly late. Batu, this is the weirdest position I've ever seen from an Odin. He does manage to at least drop the spike, and Kachoww is looking to try and get in there. He's bought time. They need to go for the close blind. It's a little bit more risky. The swing up from DeadInk. The step's surely going to be hard, but even still, he's trying to delay. He's trying to make it awkward. Waiting for his teammate to come through. Chronicle, alongside Sayonara, a duo that was feared, but maybe won't be anymore. It's left all on to Sayonara. That youngster to save them, and he will not be able to. Fireflux have slain the Titan of Vitality. They take themselves through.
Perhaps to be realized, but for Vitality, the end of a dream. Not quite a nightmare run, but they will dream of what could have been.